1. Rocky Maivia. The Rock's debut was a disaster. In 1996, WWE introduced him as Rocky Maivia, a smiling, baby-faced blue chipper with a goofy haircut and zero attitude. He was a combination of his father, Rocky Johnson, and his grandfather, Peter Maivia. WWE thought the third-generation heritage would win fans over, but they absolutely hated him. The forced grin, the cheesy promos, the over-the-top optimism made fans chant, "Die, Rocky, die." He wasn't bad in the ring, he actually won the Intercontinental title within months, but the crowd rejected everything about him. That rejection turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to him. Behind the scenes, Dwayne Johnson knew it too. He was too charismatic, too sharp on the mic, and too naturally entertaining to be stuck playing the token good guy. So when the time came to turn heel, he grabbed it and ran. The failure of Rocky Maivia wasn't the end, it was the wake-up call. That cornball smiling kid was gone forever. In his place, a new version was about to rise, one that didn't care about being cheered or booed. 2. The Nation's Alpha. After enduring months of boos and rejections as Rocky Maivia, Dwayne Johnson made the smartest decision of his career by embracing the hate and turning heel through his association with the Nation of Domination. At first, it looked like just a way to give him something to do. But it didn't take long before he started overshadowing the group's leader, Farouk, both on the mic and in presence. The Rock began to reinvent himself completely, speaking in a new rhythm, carrying himself with more swagger, and letting the audience see the real personality behind the curtain. Slowly but surely, he took over the group and became the new face of the Nation. This version of The Rock wasn't just a gimmick. He was funny, cocky, creative, and had this incredible ability to insult his opponents without ever seeming rattled. With each week that passed, his star power grew. His catchphrases were repeated by everyone. His in-ring work improved rapidly, and it was becoming obvious that he was no longer playing second fiddle to anyone. He had become the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. 3. The People's Champion. 1998 was when The Rock exploded onto the scene. He betrayed the fans and joined the villainous McMahon family to become their biggest henchman. The Rock also beat Mankind at Survivor Series to win the WWE Championship for the first time ever. Although he became a hardcore heel, the fans still loved him due to his electrifying presence in the ring. In 1999, The Rock once again beat Mankind at Royal Rumble in an I Quit match. But there was big controversy surrounding the unprotected chair shots and the unfair finish where The Rock was declared the winner despite Mankind never uttering the words, "I quit." The Rock also became one of the most consistent promo performers in the business, and even though he was supposed to be hated, he became wildly popular. At WrestleMania 15, he main evented against Steve Austin in a match that marked his first official WrestleMania headline slot. The Rock's presence on television became appointment viewing. And within the span of a year, he had gone from mid-card talent to one of WWE's top 2 stars. Even when he lost championships, his popularity never dipped. The fans had officially claimed him as their own. 4. The Hollywood Heel. After splitting time between WWE and Hollywood in 2001 and 2002, The Rock returned to face Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. Despite still being promoted as a babyface, fans booed him and embraced Lesnar instead. After losing the Undisputed Championship, The Rock quietly stepped away from wrestling, and when he came back in 2003, he leaned into the audience's resentment. Now portraying an arrogant movie star, he adopted the Hollywood Rock persona, a smug, self-absorbed heel who insulted fans and played guitar to mock entire cities. It was one of the most unique and short-lived phases of his career, but also one of the most creatively satisfying. He reignited his rivalry with Hulk Hogan and finished his trilogy with Steve Austin at WrestleMania 19, finally picking up a win after 2 previous losses. That match would become Austin's final bout in nearly 20 years. Shortly after, The Rock left WWE again to fully commit to his film career. 5. The Returning Icon. Even after The Rock became a megastar in Hollywood, his love for WWE remained the same, and he'd usually show up every now and then. He made brief appearances between 2004 and 2009 and quickly became the highlight of the show. At WrestleMania 20, The Rock partnered up with Mick Foley to face the notorious DX and later showed up on Monday Night Raw as well. He was no longer booked in long-term storylines or title feuds, but his cameos consistently delivered massive crowd reactions and spiked viewership. By this time, The Rock had elevated beyond championships. He didn't need to compete for belts or weekly airtime. His legacy was secure, and the respect he earned during his rise made him one of the few wrestlers who could disappear for months and still return to a thunderous ovation. The Rock became more than a wrestler. He became a benchmark for what success outside of WWE could look like. 6. The once-in-a-lifetime rival. In 2011, The Rock made his long-awaited return to WWE, sending the crowd into an absolute frenzy. They had waited for too long, and the most electrifying man in sports entertainment was finally back. But this time, The Rock didn't show up for just one event. He had come to fight John Cena, in a storyline that stretched over 2 years. John Cena was also at his peak, being the undisputed face of WWE. He had carried the company on his back for years, but The Rock hated his popularity, and thus the rivalry began. Cena tried his best to match The Rock's aura, but the crowd always booed him, and instead chanted for the Brahma Bull. Their buildup was so intense that their match at WrestleMania was being dubbed as a once-in-a-lifetime event. Following weeks of chaos and drama, WrestleMania finally came, and The Rock beat Cena in the main event. The crowd went crazy to see their hero finally defeat the corporate suck-up. After this, The Rock feuded with CM Punk and briefly won the WWE Championship from him. But at WrestleMania 29, he lost the rematch to John Cena clean, losing the belt and ending the rivalry once and for all. 7. The special attraction. By 2014, The Rock had become one of the biggest megastars in Hollywood, delivering blockbusters after blockbusters. This made his appearance in the WWE very rare, but when he actually showed up, it felt like the entire company shifted gears just to make room for him. The Rock made a surprise return at WrestleMania 30 to open the show with Steve Austin and Hulk Hogan, and that single promo became one of the most replayed moments of the decade. A year later, he walked into the ring during WrestleMania 31 and had a stare-down with Triple H that got more crowd reaction than most of the actual matches. He even brought Ronda Rousey into the mix, teasing a tag match that fans waited years for but never got. At WrestleMania 32, The Rock took it a step further by entering with a flamethrower, announcing the all-time attendance record, and defeating Eric Rowan in 6 seconds, literally the shortest match in WrestleMania history. But that's how it was now. The Rock didn't come back to wrestle 20-minute classics. He showed up to spike the ratings, cut a promo, hit a rock bottom, and leave everyone talking like it was 1999 again. 8. The final boss. In January 2024, after WWE was acquired by TKO Holdings, The Rock became a part owner of the company and started getting involved in it directly. Then he returned to the ring a few months later, but not as the crowd-popping legend everyone was used to seeing. The Rock actually came back as the true mastermind behind Roman Reigns and the Bloodline, stepping into a role that finally acknowledged his place at the top of the Samoan dynasty. What made this version so different was how quiet it all was. He didn't crack jokes, didn't play to the crowd. Instead, he sat back, watched, and only stepped in when it really mattered. His involvement in the Cody Rhodes storyline leading up to WrestleMania 40 created chaos online, especially when Cody's title shot was momentarily derailed and fans thought The Rock had politicized his way into the main event. Then, the hashtag #WeWantCody movement exploded on social media, forcing WWE to change their plans and allow Cody to be part of the main event. Many fans believed he was soaking in all the attention again, but one thing was certain. The Rock still had the aura to make headlines. Even without wrestling a full match, he managed to turn the biggest storyline of the year into something nobody could stop talking about.